Namaskar. A warm welcome to World News and Indian Perspective on All India Radio. This is Renuka bringing glimpses of the major developments of the day from across the globe. Over the next half an hour, we shall bring to you the latest from the world of politics, economy, sports, entertainment and more. The headlines. India's Chief of Defence Staff Anil Chauhan stresses on need to incorporate human factors engineering in making indigenous weapons. National Investigation Agency of India conducts multiple searches in Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab over terror conspiracy to radicalize youth and target security personnel. New Delhi signs agreement with World Bank for construction of Green National Highway Corridors project in 4 states. Second Education Working Group meeting of G20 countries under India's presidency begins in Amritsar. Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi condoles loss of lives as Cyclone Freddy leaves trail of destruction in Malawi, Mozambique and Madagascar. Death toll in record-breaking storm crosses over 270. Qatar's commercial bank launches country's first UPI remittance service for instant transfers to India. World Consumer Rights Day is being observed today. And in badminton, India's women's double pair of Tressa Jolly and Gayatri Gopichand Pulela advanced to second round of All England Open Badminton Championships. Indian Chief of Defence Staff Anil Chauhan has emphasized on the need for incorporation of the human factors engineering in the designs to make indigenous weapons suitable for soldiers. Mr. Chauhan was speaking at the inauguration of a workshop on human factors engineering in military platforms in New Delhi on Wednesday. He also called for creating a synergistic approach and policy framework for the implementation of the human factors engineering by keeping in mind both long-drawn battles and short-duration special operations. Speaking on the occasion, DRDO Chairman Dr. Samir B. Kamath highlighted the initiatives taken by DRDO for implementation of the human factors engineering as an integral part of the product development cycle to ensure that the products are developed not only for Indian soldiers but are also available for export. He emphasized that in the age of artificial intelligence and system autonomy for defense equipment, the human factors engineering will play an equally important role. The aim of the 2-day workshop is to evolve a policy framework and practices to ensure scientific implementation of human factors engineering in the defense sector. Human factors engineering is a science concerned with the design of tools and systems by taking into account human capabilities and limitations for safe and effective use. The Government of India on Wednesday said 4 organizations have been notified as terrorist organizations under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act UAPA in 2023 so far, and their names added to the first schedule of the Act. In a written reply in the Upper House of Parliament, Indian Minister of State for Home Affairs Nityanand Rai said that the organizations, namely the Resistance Front, People's Anti-Fascist Front, Jammu and Kashmir Ghaznavi Force and Khalistan Tiger Force had been involved in the terrorism and have committed and participated in various terrorist activities in the country. The minister informed the House that 54 terrorists under the 4th schedule and 44 terrorist organizations under the 1st schedule of UAPA had been listed till February this year. India's Defence Research and Development Organization DRDO successfully conducted a maiden flight test of Power Takeoff PTO shaft at LCA Tejas in Bengaluru. The PTO shaft is indigenously designed and developed by Combat Vehicles Research and Development Establishment, Chennai of the DRDO. The National Investigation Agency NIA of India has conducted searches at multiple locations in Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab in connection with the terror conspiracy hatched by Pakistan-based commanders of proscribed terrorist organizations to radicalize the youth and target security personnel. Searches were conducted yesterday at 11 locations in Jammu and Kashmir, including Kulgam and Shopian, and one location in Fatehgarh Sahib of Punjab belonging to the suspects of this case. The agency in a statement said that digital devices and incriminating material were seized from these locations. The accused were also found involved in spreading terror in Jammu and Kashmir over cyberspace. In June last year, the NIA had registered a suo motu case against cadres of various proscribed outfits and their affiliates who were operating under various pseudonames. In Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, police along with security forces have arrested a terrorist associate linked with proscribed terror outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba at Baramulla. During the searches, incriminating materials and ammunition including 71 AK-47 rounds were recovered from his possession. During preliminary investigation, it came out to fore that he was working as a terrorist associate of proscribed terror outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba. India and the World Bank have signed a loan agreement for the construction of the Green National Highway Corridors project in 4 states. These states are Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. The agreement has been signed for the construction of 781 kilometers in these states with loan assistance of $500 million. In a written reply to a question in the upper house of the Parliament on Wednesday, India's Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari said the total project cost is over 7,662 crore rupees. He said the objective of the Green National Highway Corridors project is to demonstrate safe and green highway, keeping in view climate resilience and use of green technologies. Indian Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya said that the country has a strong political will to lead in innovative research and technology, supported solutions which are commercially viable with universal acceptability. The Health Minister was addressing the Confederation of Indian Industry Partnership Summit 2023 in New Delhi on Wednesday. The theme of the event was One Health, Integrated, Collaborative and Multi-Sectoral Approach to Optimal Health. He said it is time that India takes the lead in realization of the One Earth, One Health vision with a holistic and integrative eco- and nature-friendly policy-making environment. Dr. Mandaviya also added that the One Earth, One Health vision can become a reality only with active global collaboration. He said, in India, health is treated as service and not as commerce. Dr. Mandaviya said that the CoWIN app developed by India for vaccination has been accepted by many countries for their own use. He said, by developing this app or platform, India never tried to create a monopoly rather than service to mankind. The Government of India has called the Global Hunger Index report flawed and non-representative of the true picture of hunger in the country. In a written reply to a question in the upper house of Parliament on Wednesday, the Minister of Women and Child Development, Smriti Irani, said that the Global Hunger Index's report should not be taken at face value. She added that out of its 4 indicators, only one indicator, undernourishment, is directly related to hunger. She also said the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare conducts National Family Health Survey (NFHS) periodically to capture data on nutritional indicators in children. In today's Hotspot section, we bring you a news commentary on yoga, the way to a better life.
Yog Mahotsav 2023, an event to commemorate 100 Days Countdown to International Day of Yoga 2023, was held at Talkatoora Stadium, New Delhi on 13th and 14th March and at the Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga on March the 15th. Sharing a tweet on Yog Mahotsav 2023 by Ministry of Ayush, the Prime Minister urged people to mark this year Yoga Day with enthusiasm and make yoga a part of their lives if they have not already. Every edition of International Day of Yoga has garnered immense popularity, global support and acceptance. To make International Day of Yoga 2023 celebration a grand one, the Yog Mahotsav 2023 is organized to sensitize and motivate the masses to participate in yoga-centric activities to widen the horizons of yoga. In his inaugural address at Yog Mahotsav, Union Minister for Ayush Sarbanand Sonowal talked about how the promotion of yoga and its widespread acceptance has positioned India as a leader in the global health and wellness industry. He said yoga promotion aligns with the G20's focus on promoting sustainable and inclusive growth. He added, underscores India's commitment to Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam as a guiding principle in its engagement with the world. The Srimad Bhagavad Gita says, Yoga is a skill in action. The International Day of Yoga is celebrated on the 21st of June every year to honor the traditional practice of yoga which emanated in India. At a time when our fast-paced lives are becoming too tiring and unhealthy for us, yoga helps in reducing stress and anxiety besides providing physical relaxation. The idea for the International Yoga Day was proposed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his speech at the 69th session of the General Assembly in 2014. He had then said, Yoga embodied the unity of mind and body, thought and action, restraint and fulfillment, harmony between man and nature, a holistic approach to health and well-being. It was not about exercise, but about discovering the sense of oneness with self, the world and nature. For those who practice yoga on a daily basis, it is not just an exercise, but a way of life. According to the United Nations, yoga stands as an emblem for creating balance and harmony. Yoga is not just about balance within the body or that between the mind and the body, but also balance in human relationship with the world. The UN adds, yoga emphasizes the values of mindfulness, moderation, discipline, and perseverance. When applied to communities and societies, yoga offers a path to sustainable living. The International Day of Yoga every year has been celebrated across the world in a grand manner. In 2022, the approach was in sync with the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. The main event of the International Day of Yoga 2022 was held with grand celebrations at the Mysuru Palace, Karnataka. The nation was led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in performing various asanas. This year's International Day of Yoga endeavors to connect with the larger global community as India's G20 presidency theme, One World, One Health resonance with the principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Along with global outreach, IDYF will focus on taking yoga to each and every village in India through the active participation of Gram Panchayat or Gram Sabhas, the Minister for Ayush Sarbanand Sonowal said. The Prime Minister has on many occasions urged citizens to make yoga a part of their daily life. On the importance of yoga, Prime Minister has called it a great medium to ensure good health. Yoga has become an integral part of our lifestyle. Yoga is now widely accepted as a great medium to ensure good health, from the world's top business persons to film and sports personalities, from students to common people. Everyone is making yoga an integral part of one's life.
This is All India Radio giving you the world news. The second G20 Education Working Group meeting began at Amritsar in Punjab on Wednesday. India's G20 presidency took center stage at Khalsa College in Amritsar, where on the first day, IIT Ropar under Ministry of Education hosted a seminar on strengthening research and promoting innovation through richer collaboration. The event brought together delegates from the G20 Education Working Group to discuss the future of work and innovation with a focus on building bridges across nations for equitable development. 28 G20 member countries, guest countries and invited organizations are participating in the three-day event consisting of seminar, exhibition and working group meetings. We have a report.
In today's meeting, countries like Australia, France, India and the United Kingdom shared insights on the role of various stakeholders to promote research on the emerging innovations, their impact on education systems and society in general. Another panel discussion on research in sustainable development goals saw panelists representing China, Oman, South Africa, UAE and UNICEF laying importance on enhancing the capacities of universities being the core of research. The seminar focused on bridging the gap between government, academia, industry linkages for designing solutions for addressing global challenges. The seminar concluded with an address from Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann. He welcomed the delegates and invited the participants to try Punjabi food and experience the rich culture of the state. He also expressed his gratitude to the Government of India for giving Punjab the opportunity to host the G20 Second Education Working Group meeting. Akanksha Saxena for World News, All India Radio.
Indian state of Sikkim is set to host a B20 or Business 20 meeting under India's G20 presidency tomorrow in Gangtok. Addressing a press conference at Samman Bhavan in Gangtok today, Chief Minister P.S. Tamang said the G20 event scheduled in Gangtok offer a golden opportunity for Sikkim to showcase its economic potential in green investments, organic farming, tourism, pharmaceuticals, renewable energy and hospitality sectors. Mr. Tamang said that the G20 events will provide a platform to Sikkimese entrepreneurs to explore opportunities outside the state. He expressed hope that the meetings will increase foreign tourist footfall in Sikkim, with tourism being a core industry. Mr. Tamang informed that there will be a focus on organic farming, including the production and marketing of millets. Our correspondent has the details.
Sikkim will host the third of four Business 20 or B20 events scheduled in the Northeast under India's G20 presidency tomorrow. B20 is the official G20 dialogue forum with the global business community and among the most prominent engagement groups of the G20. Among other sectors, the state's vibrant organic farming will be prominently showcased to the world through the B20 event. Startup 20 events are scheduled on the 18th and 19th of March in Gangtok. With Diliram Dulal, Cycle Sarkar from Gangtok for AIR.
Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, has said that India is committed to self-reliance in energy and furthering sustainable growth. Mr. Modi shared a tweet by Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Hardeep Singh Puri, about India becoming the world's third largest energy consumer, third largest consumer of oil, and third largest LPG consumer in the world. India's overall exports is projected to grow at over 16% during April to February 2022-23 over same period last year. Country's Commerce and Industry Minister said the merchandise export is estimated to grow at over $405 billion during the same period, while in the service sector the export will be over $296 billion. The ministry said as India's domestic demand has remained steady amidst the global slump, overall imports in April to February 2022-23 is estimated to exhibit a growth of over 19% over the same period last year. It said the country's overall exports in February this year are estimated to be over $63 billion, exhibiting a positive growth of 7.81% over the same period last year. Indian Minister for Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal has said that exports of mobile phones from India has gone up to 6.62 times in April to January months of 2022-23 as compared to the same period in 2013-14. In a tweet, Mr. Goyal informed that the exports of mobile in the 10 months of 2013-14 was to the tune of only 10,352 crore rupees, which has now increased to 68,617 crore rupees. He added the country has witnessed massive rise in exports of mobile phones. Qatar's Commercial Bank has announced the launch of UPI remittance service to India, becoming the first bank in Qatar to offer this service. UPI Unified Payment Interface is a fast and convenient payment system that allows customers to transfer money between bank accounts in real time using UPI ID. UPI ID is a unique identifier that does not require bank account details or IFSC codes to create a beneficiary. Customers can use Commercial Bank's digital platform to initiate UPI payments using UPI ID. Available round the clock, transactions can be initiated and completed within 60 seconds. Expressing happiness at the launch, Group Chief Executive Officer at the Commercial Bank, Joseph Abraham, said, "This represents a significant step forward in our efforts to enhance the customer experience and provide more convenient, secure and accessible financial services to their clients." World Consumer Rights Day was observed on Wednesday. The day aims to raise awareness about the rights of consumers. The theme of the day this year is Empowering Consumers Through Clean Energy Transitions. In India, the government passed the Consumer Protection Act in 1986 that outlines some basic consumer rights. World Consumer Rights Day came into being in 1983. It was inspired by a speech given by former U.S. President John F. Kennedy to the U.S. Congress on consumer rights. In India, the government passed the Consumer Protection Act 1986 that outlines some basic consumer rights. India's key domestic indices on Wednesday closed lower, losing around 0.5%. A report from the business desk.
The Sensex declined 344 points or 0.59% to finish at 57,556. The Nifty also fell 71 points or 0.42% to settle at 16,972. Asian shares closed with gains amid positive cues from U.S. share markets. Hong Kong's Hang Seng climbed 1.5% and Singapore's Straits Times gained 1.4%. South Korea's Kospi rose 1.3% and China's Shanghai Composite Index added 0.6%. Japan's Nikkei 225 ended flat. European shares were trading with heavy losses in intraday trade. Global crude oil prices declined around 2%. In intraday trade, Brent crude was trading at around $75.95 per barrel. Back home, gold at the multi-commodity exchange for April contracts was trading at around 58,355 rupees per 10 grams. Silver was trading around 68,580 rupees per kilogram for May contracts when reports last came in. Gaurang Dhawanlal for World News, All India Radio.
Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi condoled the loss of lives as Cyclone Freddy left a trail of destruction in Malawi, Mozambique and Madagascar. Freddy hit the coast of southern Africa for a second time in a month over the weekend and was still causing heavy rain today, hampering relief efforts, making it one of the deadliest storms to hit the continent in the last 2 decades. Indian Prime Minister expressed distress at the devastation due to Cyclone Freddy in Malawi, Mozambique and Madagascar. In a message, Mr. Modi gave his condolences to the presidents of the 3 countries, the bereaved families and those affected by the cyclone. He said India stands with them in this tough time. The overall death toll from record-breaking tropical cyclone Freddy has risen to over 270 in Malawi, Mozambique and Madagascar. Malawi's Disaster Management Department said in a statement that the death toll from the cyclone's second hit stood at 225, with 707 people injured and 41 missing. Many of the dead were killed by mudslides in hilly Blantyre, the country's second biggest city. Torrential rain swept away thousands of homes and uprooted trees. The scale of the damage and loss of life is still unknown as search and rescue operations continue. Malawi's government said almost 60,000 people have been affected, of which about 19,000 were displaced from their homes. The official death toll in neighboring Mozambique stood at 21. Meteorologists said the month-long storm has broken at least one record and could break 2 more as climate change causes warmer oceans and heat energy from the water surface is fueling stronger storms. In Turkey, floods caused by torrential rains hit 2 provinces that were devastated by last month's earthquake, killing at least 5 people. Officials said at least 5 other people were reported to be missing. 1 person was killed in the town of Tut in southeastern Adıyaman province, where surging water swept away a container home where a group of earthquake survivors was living. Interior Minister Süleyman Soylu conducted a survey of the areas devastated by the floods in Adıyaman. India's Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur inaugurated the Women's World Boxing Championships in New Delhi on Wednesday. The Boxing Federation of India is hosting the prestigious tournament from the 15th to 26th of March. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Thakur said 324 women boxers from about 65 countries are taking part in the championship in 12 weight categories. He said India has risen to the 3rd position from 44th position in the latest International Boxing Association IBA World Rankings.
This is again an opportunity for us because the tournament is held in India and the championship is the most prestigious women boxing championship globally. This comes in at the opportune moment in sync with the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Modi, his vision for women empowerment, Nari Shakti. BIFI is the nodal body responsible for the development of boxing in India. Government of India is supporting on all the possible ways, either for the organization of this tournament or for the training of the athletes. And BFI not only organizing championship but also training athletes with the best possible facilities.
Indian shuttler Kidambi Srikanth entered the 2nd round of All England Open Badminton Championships at Birmingham. Former world number 1 Srikanth defeated world number 25 Thomas Junior Popov of France 19-21, 21-14, 21-5 in the opening round of men's single. Earlier, India's women's and men's doubles pairs also advanced into the next round of tournament after winning their respective first-round matches. The women's doubles duo of Trisa Jolly and Gayatri Gopichan Pulela stunned 7th-seeded Thailand duo of Jongkol Phan Kitatharkur and Ravinda Projongjai 21-18, 21-14 in the first round match. They will meet the Japanese pair of Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota in the next round. In men's doubles, Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and his team partner Chirag Shetty sailed into the second round after getting better of compatriots Krishna Prasad and Vishnuvardhan 21-13, 21-13. However, star Indian shuttler PV Sindhu made a first-round exit from tournament after losing to Zhang Yi-Man of China in straight games in women's singles. The world number 9 Sindhu, a double Olympic medalist, lost 17-21, 11-21 in the 39-minute contest. Yesterday, India's H.S. Pranoy and Lakshya Sen also registered dominating victories to enter the second round of the men's singles event. In hockey, India concluded their home leg of the FIH Pro League tournament on a high with a 4-3 victory over Australia in a penalty shootout after regulation time ended at 2-2 at the Birsa Munda Stadium in Rourkela on Wednesday. P.R. Srijesh, with 3 saves from 6 in the shootout, starred for India. India hockey captain Harmanpreet Singh scored twice in the shootout and was also named player of the match. Dilpreet Singh and Sukhjit Singh scored 1 apiece. With the win, the hosts finished their campaign, remaining unbeaten in the second leg of the tournament. India's brilliant performance in their last 3 matches helped them go up to the top spot in the FIH Hockey Pro League points table. The men in blue registered wins over world champion Germany and mighty Australia twice within a week's time. The United Nations Regional Workshop on Measuring Tourism, Better Data for Better Tourism in Asia and the Pacific kicked off in Kathmandu on Wednesday. Nepal Tourism Minister Sudhan Kirati delivered a special address acknowledging the importance of tourism data and its potential for use in policies and plans for steady tourism recovery in the wake of the pandemic. He said the focus now should be on product development and diversification, investment in tourism sector, conservation of natural and cultural heritage, ensuring that the benefits of tourism reach community and grassroots level for building a path to sustainable, resilient and responsible tourism industry. The 3-day program, jointly organized by the United Nations World Tourism Organization with the Ministry of Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation of Nepal and Nepal Tourism Board. India, Bangladesh, Malaysia, Maldives, Indonesia, Iran, Philippines, Cambodia, Laos, Korea, Thailand, Spain and Nepal are participating in the program that seeks to discuss the use of tourism data for people, planet and prosperity. Now let us take a look at the major developments around the world as reported in the foreign press. The Washington Post opines about the 72-hour scramble to save the United States from a banking crisis. South China Morning Post reports lessons learned from FTX's collapse mean crypto market's future remains bright, New Yo Tech CEO says. The Financial Times writes Credit Suisse share slight sparks root in European bank stocks. The Globe and Mail reports White Helmet rescuer hopes to bring her friend from earthquake-stricken Turkey to Canada. The Guardian writes Mexico to investigate alleged human rights abuses by military after spying claims. And now a quick look at the headlines once again. India's Chief of Defence Staff Anil Chauhan stresses on need to incorporate human factors engineering in making indigenous weapons. National Investigation Agency of India conducts multiple researches in Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab over terror conspiracy to radicalize youth and target security personnel. New Delhi signs agreements with World Bank for construction of Green National Highway Corridors project in 4 states. Second Education Working Group meeting of G20 countries under India's presidency begins in Amritsar. Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi condoles loss of lives as Cyclone Freddy leaves trail of destruction in Malawi, Mozambique and Madagascar. Death toll in record-breaking storm crosses over 270. Qatar's commercial bank launches country's first UPI remittance service for instant transfers to India. World Consumer Rights Day is being observed today. And in badminton, India's women doubles pair of Trisa Jolly and Gayatri Gopichan Pulela advanced to second round of All England Open Badminton Championships. And now, before we end, let us listen to Mahatma Gandhi's favorite bhajan, Vaishnava by artists from Ireland.
Vaishnava Janato Tene Kahiye Pira Parayi Janere Haraduke upakare kare toye manabhimananere Vaishnava Janato Tene.
And with that, we end this bulletin. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow with the next edition of World News.